Here we go. I guess our internet can record this. We'll just see what happens. And again, I apologize that, um, you know, the airwaves, the megabytes and whatnot were not being so cooperative this morning. All right, so let's go. Oh, should I mute everybody? Will that help? Oh, yeah, I'll do the mute. Oh, everybody's figuring out they're doing your own muting. Okay. So I'm going to start here, just right in the center of my mat. I'm going to let the soles of my feet come together and just kind of ground my sitting bones. So this is a silly thing to do, but you can do it yourself in the privacy of your own home. No one's watching, but just kind of shake your weight a little bit over your sitting bones. Like whatever those machines, those infomercials they have for the shakers, you can be your own. So just take a second and feel your weight just move right over your sits. Good. So we're going to put our hands here for a moment on our hips and grow the spine. Let your, from head to tail, let the top of the head go up, let the tailbone come down. And just feel that for a moment. So if it puts any pressure on your hips, notice that. You can adjust your feet either coming forward or a little bit back to just take some pressure off of your hips. And then let's take our hands here to our shin bones for a moment. Sit tall, stretch forward, and then exhale, scoop the belly around and stretch a little bit back. So let the head come down and you can stretch in between your shoulder blades. So let's inhale, come up for a moment. Let your sternum lead, lift you. Good. Feeling that movement from your center, and then exhale, let's lower that down. Let's do this 2 more times. So you're going to inhale, stretch all the way up, and then exhale and around all the way down. One more time coming up. Now I'm going to hold my right arm. I'm going to reach it back towards my collarbone. So you go right or left, whatever makes sense for you. And then I'm going to open my chest and just circle the arm a little bit here. Good. And then I'm going to circle it the other way. Good. Let's inhale, bring that arm right back. Exhale, opposite hand to collarbone. And then again, just create a little circle, opening your chest, getting a little bit more rotation. Good. So now we'll inhale, 2 hands, 2 collarbones, sitting all the way up. Circle the arms for a moment. Good. And then watch what your rib cage, watch what your clavicle is doing here. You want to keep the rest of you really stable. All right, so we're going to open the arms. Exhale, take them up. Let's open the arms. Exhale, take them up. Now let the knees close with your arms. We're going to open slowly. Exhale, lift, open, exhale, lift, open, and exhale, lift. Let's pause. Take your hands now to your shins. Another big stretch, moving your sternum towards your knees. By letting your head come slightly back. A little stretch for the front of your throat. Good. Return your head to a neutral position. Take your 2 arms up. And then exhale, we're going to sit tall. So now arms are wide. We're going to sit back. Let the fingertips come together. Inhale, sit up. So remember, when you go to sit back, initiate by pulling the front of the rib cage down. And then that's going to help you engage your abdominals as you round your back. So sitting up and exhale, coming back. Sitting up, now you can open the arms, open the legs. Exhale, sit back. Good, keeping the feet together, long spine. Exhale, sitting back. Inhale, let's sit up. And then exhale, let's hold back here. And we're gonna just sweep your arms, keep the palms together, and sweep your arms to the right, to the left. Use an exhale to help you twist. Inhale as you move to the center, exhale to twist. Keeping that rotation, very nice. And now from here, right back to your center once again. Open the arms, open the legs, bring your hands behind your head. Good, enjoy a stretch, and then we're gonna create a little bit of lateral movement through your rib cage. So I'm gonna stretch all the way over. Good, letting the thighs, knees, ankles all stay heavy and grounded on the floor as I reach. Very nice, good. Let's inhale. And now exhale, close. So with your hands up behind your head, Try flat back 1, flat back 2, flat back 3. Exhale, round the belly and sit tall. 2 more just like that. Flat back 1, flat back 2, flat back 3. Exhale, round, pull the belly in. Sitting up all the way nice and tall. One more time, inhale, sit up, exhale, flat back 1, flat back 2, flat back 3. Hold, take another breath, inhale, and then exhale, sit all the way nice and tall. Open the knees once again, open your arms. Now this time you're gonna rotate and reach back. Inhale up, exhale, rotate and reach back. So you feel the outers of your obliques here. Good, inhale, exhale, open, rotate and reach behind you. Inhale, center, exhale, rotate and reach behind you. Inhaling up, exhale, rotate, reach behind you. Very nice. Let's do this a couple more times. Feeling good to my oblique wall. Here we go. Inhale, back up. Exhale, reach and rotate. Inhale up. Exhale, reach, back, and rotate. Good. All the way back up. Nice and tall once again. Taking your arms, taking your legs, closing off here. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Now stretch the legs out and just take a long fold over the legs. You can bring your hands for a moment to your shins. Spread your toes, spread your feet. And then you're gonna exhale, sit all the way up, arms up. Good, inhale and exhale, taking a stretch forward, opening, broadening across your feet. A big breath, and then exhale, really use the belly to sit up one more time. Inhale and exhale, coming forward. Big stretch of the back. Really bring this stretch into the thighs, into the calves by anchoring your femur bones, shin bones to the floor, and then scoop the abdomen in to round and bring yourself up. So I'm going to take my right leg, reach out, left leg, reach it up. Keep the knees soft. Once again, get my legs, my weight anchored on my sitting bones, and then shoulders right over the hips. Good. And feel that same. You can do the little vibration, that little shimmy, feeling your weight really ground in the sits. We're going to inhale, stretch forward, and exhale, sit right back up. Let's go back, and we're going to begin to lower. I would pause about a third of the way down and begin a little pulse. Take 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to rotate to the left and pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, move through the center, rotate to the right, pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center, exhale, lowering down just a hair more. Same thing, you're going to lightly pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the left, pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the right, pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move back to the center, lower down one more time. Last time here, pulsing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the left, pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the right, pulsing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the center, lower down 5, lower down 4, lower down 3, lower down 2, lower down 1. Very nice. Here we are on the mat. I'm going to slide these guys out of my way for now. So right here with your knees bent, place your feet on the floor and just lightly tap your feet in. So you're tapping your feet, and I want you to feel the abdominal wall and your spine lengthen. So let your chin move slightly in, and let the rib cage move slightly in. And then feel just for a moment the natural shape, natural curves of your spine. Check in, see if you can feel your neutral pelvis with the pubic bone, hip points on the same horizontal plane. Feeling that deep connection from the pubic bone to the navel. Good. Pause. Now with just your right foot, tap it, tap it, tap it into the floor. Good. Now we'll try that with just your left foot. Tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it into the floor. Good. From here, 2 feet down. Inhale, the arms stretch up. And then exhale, lift. Take your arms to the side. Let the pelvis rise up. We're going to inhale, articulate all of those bones as you lower back down. And then exhale, reverse that articulation as you bring your arms to your sides. So we're going to come down, down, down. And then we're going to rise up, up, up. And then we're going to come down, down, down. Oh, and then exhale, come up, up, up. Let's do that one more time. Down, down, down. And then exhaling up, up, up. Let's hold this up for a moment. From here, check, make sure your pubic bone is higher than your 2 hip points. Your heels should feel pretty grounded right underneath your knees. You should feel the work from there, right in the glute and the hamstring, and then a little stretch in the front of your hips. So let's lightly pulse into that stretch for 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, pause, go right back to your navel, feel the whole spine lengthen, and then let's articulate all of your vertebra as you slowly lower back down to the floor. Take your arms overhead, stretch your knees to the left. Let's inhale, move back to the center, stretch your knees to the right. Oh, goodness. Long stretch through your sides here. Good. A little, again, circulation, little blood flow. Good. Try that right and left just one more time. Excellent. And then let's interlace the fingers, move the hands behind the head. Take a big breath. And then from your abdomen, from deep in your center, exhale to lift your head and chest up. So remember to rise up, pull the tailbone down, the navel in, and scoop your shoulder blades off of the floor. The intention being that the whole abdomen stays long and broad as you lift. Good. And now I want you to use exhales to pull the navel even deeper and lift the scapula off of the floor. So here we go. Exhale, pulse into that 5, pulse into it 4, pulse into it 3. Good. Stay right there with your belly. Pulse into it 2, pulse into it 1. Good. So now from here, right arm to your side, left arm to your side. Let your shoulder blades lift just a hair higher from the floor. Take your right knee up, take your left knee up. Exhale, set the head down. Slide your hands to the fronts of your knees. Right arm, left leg, stretch, reach away. And exhale, pull back to the center. Left arm, right leg, stretch, reach away. Exhale, pull right back to the center. Good. I want to create this a few times. As you do it, make sure you keep your kneecaps parallel, right? So that they're staying lifted to the same vertical height, more or less, as you're bending. Good. All right, let's pause now. 2 hands, 2 legs stretching out, tapping back in, out 2, 3. Feel this deep in the belly. In 2, 3, out 2, 3, in 2, 3, out 2, 3, in 2, 3. Let's pause here in this bend. Sweep the hands behind the head. Pull the tailbone down, pull the navel in, feel your center strong and engaged. And now exhale, once again, lightly peel your scapula from the floor using those exhales. 5, exhale 4, exhale 3, exhale 2, and exhale 1. Let's pause, hug your knees in over your chest, take a moment, a little breath, release your hips. Okay. And right here, I want you to try a few little movements. Take your arms out to a T shape and then exhale, scoop your tailbone up, set it down. So this should feel like a lot of work right here. Just exhale, knees coming over your chest, lift the tailbone. Oh, hello, lower abdominal muscles. Let's try that 3 or 4 more times. Inhale, letting your hips really release totally, completely here. Exhaling down, big breath. Exhale to lift, hold for a moment, set it back down. Good. So now extend the legs to 90 degrees and you're going to lift up 2, 3, come down 2, 3, lifting up 2, 3, coming down 2, 3. One more time, lifting up 2, 3, and coming down 2, 3. Pause once again, fold the knees, and now you're going to take your knees over towards your right right elbow, whichever, or then to your left, or any old which way. So the main thing that I want you to feel is just that the knees come down together slowly. They don't have to touch your arm, obviously. You just want to feel that slow lowering, and you want to keep your scapula anchored on the floor as the knees travel side to side. Excellent. Let's pause. Let's take your two legs up. And then same thing, stretch the legs over to one side, back to the center, over to one side, right back to the center, over to one side, back to the center, over to the side, now back to the center. Good. Let's pause. Arms alongside the ears. Take a breath. Exhale, round through the ribs. Lift the head and chest. Hands behind the thighs. One moment. Press the thighs into the hands. Lift the shoulder blades off of the floor. Now the arms back to the sides. Belly stays long and broad. You're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Now exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Now inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Now exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Move the hands to the inner thighs. Squeeze the heels together, toes apart. Keep yourself lifted here for a moment. You can beat the heels a couple times to feel that inner thigh connection. Here you go. Once again, you'll inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Hands back to the thighs. Lower just a hair. Lift the shoulder blades just a hair higher. Check your neck. Watch your belly. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's bend the knees. Let's lower the head. Let's stretch your neck side to side. Good. So chin over one shoulder, chin over the opposite shoulder. Good. Take a second. This is another great way to kind of counter the work of the hundreds. Press your elbows in on the floor here, and now pull your scapula up, right? So I want your scapula now to not touch the floor as you put a little bit of weight in your elbows and the top of the head. Good. And this is also incredibly good work for your latissimus, your triceps, all those muscles there in the back. Good. Now take your two arms down to your side. Lift the pelvis up. Let's start with the left knee lifted. Tap it down and up. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. That leg comes down. The sitting bones refirm, relift. Right side taps down and up. 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Right leg down. Sitting bones up. Left knee over the hip. Stretch it out and in. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Leg comes down. Sits bones lift. Right leg out and in. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. The leg lowers. The pelvis lifts. The left leg extends down and up. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Left leg down, sitting bones up. Right leg in the air, down and up. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Right leg down, sitting bones up. Left leg extends. Now lift the sits for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending the knee, pressing back down. Right leg up, down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending the knee, foot to the floor, relift the sits. Exhale, lower the bones of your back. Hug the knees in over your chest. Good. So now you're going to take all your hands to your left shin. Stretch your right leg out. Take a big breath. Pull the elbows out to your sides. Lift the head and chest. Now, if your neck is fatiguing, put your head on the floor. That's okay. Change the position of the two legs. We're just going to go 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Hold. Hands behind the head. Stretch the legs out and in. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold, lift, rotate towards your bent leg. Now change that rotation. Here you go. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now hold, 2 legs up, head comes down, toes turn in, they tap together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels in, they tap together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pause. The right leg lowers. Now the left. Here you go. 5 and 4 and 3. Keeping that rotation. 2 and 1. Pause with the right leg bent down. Tap the shin bone into the floor and then tap the toes into the floor and then extend. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Lifting that leg. Opposite leg comes down. The shin taps, lifts down and up. 5 and 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Holding that leg out. Lift the head and chest. Change the position of the 2 legs. 5, 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Pause. Rotate towards the leg. Exhale, change. 5. Exhale, change. 4. Exhale, change. 3. Exhale, change. 2. So rotation and reaching. And 1. Up, pause. Knees in. Hands to the ankles. Rock it up to seated. Yay. Are we all right? You can show me your pulgares. You can show me thumbs if you're okay. All right. Here we go. Head pulls in. Belly pulls deep. Let's exhale. Rock back. And come right back up. Find your sits. Let's try that again. Pull the belly deep. Exhale. Rock back. And then we lift. Good. Now your hands behind your thighs. Move the shins up to the sky. Good. A breath. You'll rock back. So find the shoulder blades. Balance there for a moment. Find yourself seated. Good. Extend your left leg out. Good. And now we'll rock back once again. And up. Whoa, bend that knee. Change the position there. All the way up. Right leg out. We'll rock back. And up. Good. So now, 2 legs. Last time. Hands can go to your shins if you like. And we'll rock it back. And we'll exhale. Take it up. Bend the knees. Find your weight here on your 2 sitting bones. Stretch your 2 legs out. So here we go. Just time for roll-ups now. So I think we'll do a little hip stretching here too, but beginning with roll-ups. So exhale, extend your sternum forward. Let the arms come up and then sit tall. So feel that extension forward, extension vertically, and then drop the thighs into the floor as we lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, take a breath. And exhale, arms to your sides. Lift your head, your shoulders, shoulder blades, rib cage. Exhale, come all the way up. This time, stretch forward, take your arms wide. Good, now stack them back up nice and tall. And we're gonna inhale and exhale, roll back. Drop the thighs, feel your rib cages move evenly to one another, with one another as you lift and lower. So know you'll probably develop over time a dominant side with most likely your right if you're right-handed. So when you roll up, really put some more emphasis there on your less dominant side. So you know who you are. If you know you have a pronounced dominance, I'm not going to name names, but make sure you put some mental energy on that side you're less dominant on. Less dominant. Maybe that's a word. Maybe that's a phrase. All right, so let's come and stretch forward. Oh, this is when I would want some witty banter. And there's no one to banter with me. I mean, you're there, but we're muted. One day, All right, left arm over your right arm. Let's exhale, sit that up. Good, so now cross your right leg over your left leg. Inhale, bring the arms right back out in front of you. Let's take a long spine. Then you're gonna round. Then we're gonna lower all the way back. So good, hold here for just a moment. And I want you to create a light little squeeze, lift the sits bones off the floor, just a hair, not too big. Exhale, set them right back down. And then we'll inhale, reach through the fingertips, reach through the toes, scoop from the abdomen, and pay attention. So these asymmetrical little stretches that we're doing here are an asymmetrical roll up, hopefully helps us work on that right and left side dominance, right? So when I've crossed one side to the other, I've sort of done some neurological rerouting here. So hopefully that helps us work through dominance on either side. So let's sit back up, and I want you to pay attention to creating that evenness. Here we go. As we lower, opposite sides up now. And then let's rest your arms here on the floor. Scoop the rib cage in and lift the tailbone up. Good. Just a nice little lift. Giving a little bit of emphasis to your glutes in a different way. Inhale. And then we're going to exhale and come all the way up. Good. So uncross the arms, uncross the legs. We're going to work on the neck pull, but we're going to do it a little differently today. I think there might be a gentler way to make this work. So start with your arms out in front of you. Then sit up. Then you're going to flat back 1, flat back 2, flat back 3, scoop the belly, and round all the way back down to the floor. Good. Inhale, and this will be a straight roll up on the way up. So here we go. Inhale, exhale, just round and lift, feeling that evenness. Good. Right hand this time behind your head, left arm out. And we're going to flat back 1, flat back 2, flat back 3, and then exhale, round, round, round. Slowly, slowly coming down. Good. While you rest here on the floor for a moment, open that right elbow down to the floor. And then tell me your armpit does not just love that stretch. Feels very good to me. All right. Pull the elbow back in. And then we're going to exhale and just round straight up to a seated position. Shall we try that again? Switching hands. Good. So I'm just making a mental note. I've never taught the neck pull like this ever before. And that's, again, when I think about why we practice, is every single time you practice, something new comes to you. All right, so hold here for a moment. And you're going to flat back 1, flat back 2, flat back 3. So right when I say round, it's the navel draws deep and you're reaching through those opposite fingertips as you lower, lower, lower. Take a breath. Enjoy a stretch here, opening the elbow out to the side. Good. And then we're going to do 1 straight round back into a seated position. So inhale and exhale, coming up. The breath will always help you every single time. Good. So now, are you ready for the grand finale? Yeah, here we go. You're going to put both hands back behind your head for a moment. And we're going to just sit tall for a moment and then stretch forward. Good. And then inhale, come all the way up, sitting up. And then we'll flat back 1, flat back 2, flat back 3. Scoop the belly. And come down slowly, 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 slowly. Good. Open your chest. Let the armpits open by pressing the elbows down deep. Before we lift, I want you to try that thing we did earlier. Lift your scapula off of the floor. Feel your spine extending. Big arch through your thoracic. Good. Exhale, set it down. And now 1 big round, elbows pulling in. You're going to round and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I'll be curious to know after class if this little sequence helped with the neck pull at all. All right, so let's try this. I really want to do some rollovers. So let's just do 3 and then we'll be all done on this plane. So try once again. We're just going to roll all the way back down to the floor. Arms here to your sides. And I'm going to begin, just let your right leg, your left leg lift up. Circle the legs out, down and around. Now press the arm bones down deep into the floor as you pull the pelvis up in the air. Good. So the belly's pulling in as the toes lower, as the thighs lift, and then you'll let the feet just come slightly off of the floor and slowly roll down all the way. So right here, my arms are working so hard to hold the weight of my pelvis up, right? Let's try it again. So your chest, your triceps do a lot of work here, even though it seems like all they're doing is supporting. So another circle, scoop your abdomen, lift the tail, all of that comes up. Now the toes come down. Good. Now the thighs, your hamstrings, that attachment right from the sitting bones to the hamstring. It's getting such a real stretch right here. This is with gravity. Good. So we're going to slowly lower. Feel. So when your chest, when your collarbones and your neck want to jolt up, that's really when you want to be using your chest and triceps, right? So the more you can anchor through the arms, the better this exercise is going to feel for you long term. So another little circle, push through the thigh, push your navel down, reach your thighs, reach the thighs over you. Again, my arms are working a lot right there. Good. And then toes down, thigh bones, arriba, arriba, arriba. Good. And then the belly pulls deep, deep, deep. And you're just going to slowly lower that back down to the mat. Fold the knees. Good. Hands here to your ankles. One more time. Let's rock up to seated. Good. So we're going to just open back up. Left leg, right leg. And we're going to do a little saw. I'm going to do a saw today in a kind of wider stretch. I guess we'll do some lateral flexion also. So everybody, after that big work there for your spine, do a little stretch of your back. Oh, yep. That top layer, I guess we don't need it anymore, huh? Warming up. Arms out. Reach your rib cage over and over, right? So imagine you got, baby elephants here holding your hip bones steady and anchored, and you're going to reach your rib cage. Holy moly. It's also helpful, again, when we practice, I'm just reminded that little things, tiny little things, can feel so good. And also tiny little things can feel so bad. It's kind of amazing how that works. Good, so let's sit up for a moment. Sweep your bottom arm. So I'm going to choose my right arm here to be my bottom arm. Over me. Good. Inhale up. And exhale, sweeping over. So create a lot of extension through your fingertips. And that will help you engage the muscles in your arms. Inhale up. Exhale, take it over. Inhaling up. Exhale, sweep it all the way over. Inhale up. Exhale, sweeping it over. Let's inhale now, sit tall for a moment. And I want you to reach back and away. Inhale, up, kind of stop, reach the arms up. And then exhale to the back of your leg. So this is going to open through the hip on the other side. Push up. And let's exhale, push and lift one more time. All right, so now sweep across your torso. I'm going to try tapping my index finger to the outside of my big toe base joint. Slide and reach up. And I'm going to reach my back arm behind me. Good, so inhale, exhale, sweep and reach. Inhaling up. Exhale, sweep and reach. Inhaling up. Exhale, sweeping and reaching. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. Cada lado. Good. And so from here, let's take arms, legs together for a moment. I'm going to put my right hand down and take my two legs over. All right. Let your hips push back. Let your head come down. And I want you to just stretch here with the aid of gravity for a moment, your trapezius. Those muscles there on the side of the neck. Good. Exhale, bring that back up. Try a few things here this morning. Open and close your top knee. Down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want to hold that up, experiment with something. Just try to pull your bottom knee off of the floor. Good. And if you can pull it up, just lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now pause. Take your top foot, cross it in front of your bottom foot, anchor through your bottom arm. Can you lift your hips up? Can you take the hips down? Check your core here by lifting that opposite hand up for a moment. Set it down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Exhale, lift. Woohoo. Down. Feel your obliques by lifting that opposite arm. Good. Set it down. Exhale, lift. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Take it down and just reach that right back up. Good. Setting that hand on the floor. Top knee is going to pull up towards your shoulder. Exhale, reach it out. So here we go. We're going to take 5 and reach 4 and reach 3 and reach 2 and reach 1. Good. Stretch and extend your top leg out. Down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach it out. Just same line as your hip. Down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach it back behind you. Down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend your top knee. Ooh, can you take that down and up? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take it all the way down. Hips coming up. Exhale, stretch towards your thighs. All the way up. Stretch away from the thighs. We'll come all the way up. Stretch towards your thighs. Ooh. Happy hips for me. Again, you can give me feedback after class whether or not these exercises feel awesome or a little bit like torture. Good. It's maybe a little bit of both. All right, so now hold this bottom arm down, top hand, put it on your hip. Can you just lift up? Good. And right back down. All right, try lifting again, up and down. So the more attuned my muscles are here to my bones on the bottom half of my body, the less I need my upper body, right? 2, let's try that one more time. I'm sure there's a world one day where I could just do this with an index finger down, but right now I'm trying it with just the fingertips. All right, exhale, pause with your hips down, lift the top leg, sweep the top leg over the bottom leg, and we're gonna switch sides. Oh, dare we try to remember everything we just did? Wish me some luck. Okay, so first thing, your head's gonna come down, reach your hips back. You can push with your bottom arm, and I just want you to feel for a moment with your head in complete release here. What happens there with your neck? All right, and then from here, your top leg is gonna come down and up. Just a few times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you can hold that leg up, try lifting your bottom leg. If you can just get it off the floor, that's great. If you can create a little pulse there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's also great. Okay, so now from here, you're going to close the 2 knees. Take your top foot in front of your bottom foot. And we're going to inhale. Take your top hand to your hip. Lift your pelvis up. Take it right back down. Good. So you'll notice right away your 2 sides are not just wholly even. They move a little differently. Here we go. Exhale. Lift the pelvis up. Take the pelvis right back down. Good. Oh, feel your obliques right there when that arm comes up from the floor. Inhale, another big breath lifts you. Exhale, coming up, 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 up. Good. Setting it down. How slowly can you set that down? Beautiful. Good. All right, so now we're going to lift your top leg up. Stretch the knee up towards your shoulder. Reach it back and in. So let's go 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. From this bent position, stretch the leg forward, down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out to the side, down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch it all the way back behind you, down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, lift the leg. Woo, 5. It's like the Pilates equivalent of arabesque. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Exhale. Take that leg behind you, stretch towards. Good. So you're going to inhale, reach back away. And exhale, stretch, reaching towards the 2 legs. Good. Reaching away. And exhale, stretching towards. Let's do this one more time. Beautiful, beautiful. And then from here, let's just try a scoop, a lift up of the pelvis, right back down. A scoop, lift up, right back down. Try it one more time. Scoop, lifting up, and right back down. Now that top leg will lift once again. And you'll cross it in front of your bottom leg. Just twist for a moment towards that leg. Get a little stretch in your back. Good. Let's just change the position of the legs here for a moment. Get a little twist in your back. Beautiful. So now let's undo your 2 legs so they're uncrossed. I'm going to take my top arm next to my bottom arm, sweep up onto my knee. Good. So everybody take a second here. Let the head come down. Let the tailbone rise up. And rock your weight back slightly so you feel in that big rounding in your spine. You should feel a lot of release. All right. And then from that place of release, let's undulate and lift. Inhale. Hold the arms all the way up overhead. And then we're going to exhale slowly. Let the thighs move back behind you. Lower the head. And then exhale once again. Create that undulation. So you'll inhale. And exhale. Come down. And round. And lift up. Good. Can we do that one more time? Undulating down. Eyes coming down. Exhale round. Bring ourselves up. So this time, let's let the forearms come down right to the floor. And once again, let your spine hang. You can even let your head rest for a moment on the floor because, who's going to look at your hair today? I mean, really. All right, so let the forearms press for a moment down, palms press down. With your right leg, just lift. I'm going to tap down and up. I said right, I'm going with my left leg. I don't know that it really matters. We'll do both ways. I try to lead right and left. Need a little balance in the body. Here we go. 3 and 2 and 1. So now hold that leg up. Now I want you to kick out on the diagonal. So here you go. Take 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now hold the leg out. Circle it in the hip socket. Woohoo! Hello. Gluteals and external rotators. 2 and 1. Circle the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Tap that toe across your body. Exhale, tap it to the other side. Tap across, tap back. Tap across, tap back. Tap across, tap back. tap across, tap back. Last time. Good, hold. Take that leg out, just tap lightly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it, bring it in, reach your hips back. Oh, goodness. So just enjoy for a moment Adho Mukha Virasana, just letting yourself feel a little stretch. Beautiful. I'm gonna shift and come the other way, just for the health of my neck. And I think you'll be able to see this exercise. It's just easier to see from this side. So I'm gonna lift my top knee up. Good. And so let the knee tap down. Exhale, lift. So first, just focusing on your femur bone. That action down and up. 3. Exhale, lifting. 2. Exhale, lifting. 1. Good. Now kick the sky up from that same place. So here you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now point the toes, circle it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Take those toes, reach away, reach across. Here you go. Tapping. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Holding that leg out, tapping lightly up, 5 up, 5 up, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, bend the knees, reach your hips back, a big long stretch. So I've got the tops of my feet curled under so that I can stretch that space between the ball of my foot and stretch my toes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So now we're gonna exhale, slide some weight forward. Let me just check the time real fast because I knew we were running out of time. Dang it. We're gonna do weights on our abdomen today. So take your hands here for a moment to your sides, pull your weights to the side. So we'll do back work and work on our abdomen. Work on our weights here. So go ahead, pause for just a moment. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, pull the weights up in your 2 hands. We're gonna lightly lift down and up. So take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the weights back down on the floor, lift the legs, flutter kick the legs. So you're gonna inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Now pause, lifting the weights. You're gonna circle 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Exhale, lower the legs, lower the arms. Now turn your weights to face in at your sides. And rest your legs on the floor. Pull the elbows slightly towards each other. Lift the weights, and I want you to tap the weights into your sides 10 times. So here you go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release the weights here. Just hold them at your sides. Now lift your head. Now lift your legs, and we'll flutter kick. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Right arm to your side. Left arm to your side. Hold for just a moment. And now, without lifting anything else, just take your weights up and down from the floor. Try to lift and lower, not drop and throw. So here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the weights down. Lift your head and chest. Arms to the sides. Reach your ribs to the right, back to the center. Reach your ribs to the left, back to the center. Reach your ribs to the right, center. Reach your ribs to the left, center. Let's do that one more time, each direction. I've got my legs lifted too. Good. All right. Now pull your weights in, reach them out, reach them back. Last thing, out and back. We'll go 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Set the weights down, curl the toes underneath you, lift your hips. Good. Now pull the knees underneath, take the tailbone up, head comes down. Oh, goodness, another big breath here. And then palms move just slightly in front of your shoulders. Lift your head, lift your hips, get a big long stretch. Let's walk our hands back, right, left, right, and cross your forearms here. Take opposite hand to shin. Switch that cross. Big stretch. Exhale, bring yourself up. Tiny little thing to finish off. I just want to feel a little balance. So palms before your heart. Lift your left leg, take it down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back behind you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, step it in. So little chip here. I've got my hands at the base of my floating ribs. So I'm sticking my thumbs in there. I'm going to actually try to keep these thumbs parallel as I do this balance work. Okay, so take this leg down and up, right leg now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back behind me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stepping that leg in. Take a long forward bend. And slowly feel yourself come all the way back up. And you all, sorry for that technical difficulty at the beginning of class. Hopefully we've got that sorted out. And thank you for doing this morning with me. If you need a Shavasana, give it to yourself now. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Good to see everybody. Thank you. Bye.